My phone is being kind of weird. It's catching up with all the updates. So I'm going to wait till a few people show up here, but let's see if I can bring this up and share it with the 288 group on Facebook here. Right, my phone's just to update. Mike, okay, hang on, guys. We're gonna get this because this is like the biggest thing ever. um, let me quickly copy the link, and I'm going to put this onto Facebook so everybody can see. Yeah, for some stupid reason, my phone is doing all the updates for the last week. It's having a hard time catching up. Okay. So can everybody see okay? Can everybody, is this pretty clear? Bring you up here, live chat. So this is like probably the biggest announcement I will make possibly ever. Too many things going right now. I've got 13 things going. Sorry, guys. All right, how many people we got here? 5? For what we're doing, that's not nearly enough. Okay, so the long and the short of this is, yes, I have literally spent a small fortune to get these reproduced. Sort of. So for a long, long time, we have not had Husky 288 high top covers available in any shape, form, whatever. It is my understanding that the original Eliminator top then eventually became the OEM high top, and then Husky stopped making it. Probably somewhere like 20 years ago. And so the ones in the market have been like new old stock and blah, blah, blah. And they are extremely difficult to get. Everybody hear me okay? Can everybody hear me okay? Is the audio okay? Oh my God. Is it possible to get rid of all the updates for the last week? Oh my God. Four people here. We're announcing high top covers. There's 4 people watching. I don't get it. Anywho. Can everybody hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? Try again. Let's see. Tom made it. Hopefully my stupid phone stops updating. I'm sorry, guys. 7 people watching. Don't worry, Mike. The box is coming. So we have. I don't know how, let's do the box. So this is really like one of the coolest things that will in the 288 world. Here we go. So I've got a box from Glock 37. Ignore my phone for now. And we're gonna undo the box. So let's put this stuff down for the moment. There's that. And we'll get these. Glock 37. And we are achieving a severe amount of coolness here. Nine people watch. For the reveal here, that is not nearly as enough people. For how cool this is, it's just not. It's not going to cut it, guys. We need more people. So we're going to put kind of not really a package, but kind of a package together here of really, really cool stuff. Right, so I'll show you guys this because the high top covers are one thing that we're doing, but it's going to be kind of in conjunction with something else that's cool. Now, I'm not putting anything together tonight. I got too much else going tonight. Believe it or not, this is not the only event in my life right now. But check this out. How about a powdered blue crankcase for $288? Does it get any cooler than that, folks? Now, just to do one further on this, I can do these high tops in that blue, or at least something awful close to it. Yeah, so this is Mike's handiwork, of course. I definitely did not do this, but there might also be a little bit of Sean Carr here too, because some stuff needs a little bit of repair. But Have you tried Seal and the new Pet Orange? No, I have not. But I'm not, Tom. I'm not doing stuff like that tonight. Tonight is about the top covers because this is probably one of the most significant events in recent Chainsaw Kingdom type stuff. Um, and I've literally spent a small fortune just to get these to the stage that they're in. And I need to go over some things with you guys about them, and because I want to show you where we're at. But this is months of work. Design, preparation, and an enormous amount of dollars. So, some folks have asked in the past, you know, about me making money on the channel, and the answer, at least for right now, hey Aaron, the answer for right now is going to be, this is where I'm going to make my money. Yes, I'm going to sell 288 top covers. No, they are not going to be cheap. But there are some kinks that I kind of need help with, sort of. Kind of ask you guys' opinions and whatnot about these certain things. Now, what's cool is, and this is, okay, so this comes from Mike, which is pretty darn cool. I wonder, do I have bolts just sitting around? Yes, I do. Just going to put these gently together for a second. That's all I'm going to do. Because this is not the only case I'm going to bring out tonight here, folks. I'm just sticking these halves together gently. That's all I'm doing. We're going to bring out some more cases, and then we're going to go to the top covers. So not much really changes in the saw world. This is going to change things. Sweet. Looks like Sean did a bit of repair here. Not a cool looking case. So yeah, the idea here is that. Now, on the upside here, the bolt holes line up. On the downside, we've got a little bit of a curve in here. I think there's a cooling issue with these things. So it's cooling and curving in. There's a bit of a potato chip issue going on. So, is this a perfect fit? No, it's not. But it absolutely will work. Sorry, Matt. What is this 288? Okay, so what does this 288 cover offer allow? Well, we can't get these. These are non-existent. So if you want to run a bigger air filter than the low top offers, you cannot buy these. It's not possible. There's one on eBay right now, a new old stock blue top with the filter, but they're looking for $600. So my pricing's not going to be close to that, but it's still not going to be cheap. So the upside is that these are going to be available in different colors. Right. So the 288 high tops have been extremely desirable over the years for all different reasons. Hey, Leonard. Yeah, it's been a while. But we're going to have this top available in blue. So if anybody wants to do it in blue, they can do it in blue. So on to the next one. I don't know where to put this. I got no room for anything around here. All right, up there's good. That's fine. Not going to hurt. What's next, Mike? So yeah, so if you want to run the bigger filter, then you don't have a lot of options. You have to find somebody with a high top cover that'll sell you the cover. Yeah, I know, and that's gonna be cool. So we don't have blue yet. We don't have blue yet. Right now we have orange that may or may not be the final color of orange, and we have black. But there's also one other color I'm going to show you, which you're gonna. It's going to be so incredibly unique. But let's pull apart these crankcases and see what's up. So one of these nights we'll do some crankcase assembly. So eventually the idea here is going to be I'm going to, oh yeah, I'm going to put the top covers on eBay. They will be available on eBay. I may actually do them on my website also. So that's the other announcement, is that I have a website coming. It will be mattschainsawparts.com. Pretty simple. Yeah, the black looks sick, of course. So this is the same color, texture, and whatnot that he did for that blacked out to 660. The all black 660 that we did recently. It'd be nice if I could figure out where he started this stuff. Oh, he likes to wrap this. So, I could just throw it. You know? The other thing is that these crankcases are also not available. You cannot get these new from Husky. You might find a new old stock set of cases, but that's unlikely. Once in a while they come up, and they're a couple $100 at least. I can assure you, these will be more than that. So let's put these together and see how the black looks on top of that, huh? So these cases are powdered. These are not custom made, they're just powdered to a particular, whatever specification you want, but these are textured black. They look awesome. I'm pretty sure as of right now there are no available aftermarket 288 cases, which means you're basically stuck with finding used OEM. Did that look cool or what? Look at that. So, I mean, there's wear on the cases, but they're solid. Have to clean some stuff off, you know, but or the masking, but you know, numbers or whatever, but completely solid cases. If you want them in like friggin' cool black, yep, I'll put the blue side by side. So here's a black top. I wonder if I have, I don't know if I have top cover bolts. Maybe it won't matter. Just a little longer bolts here. So these bolt holes will indeed be retained. That's the idea. I'm going to go over all the features of these top covers here in a minute. Again, we're at sample phase. That's all that we're at here. Let's do that. Man, that looks just fine like that, you know? So, trying to decide like how to actually color the top. Hey Mike, can you heat the cover? Well, the thing is they come out hot, so we might have to make a fixture so that they are, you know, bent out or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I could try it right now, in fact. Just hit it with the torch and see what happens. I think if I hit that with the torch, everybody's going to kill me. So, yeah, we'll go over the covers here in a minute. These are basically indestructible. Anyway, so I think it looks pretty good. Let's bring the camera down here so people can see a little more in the light. So this top, isn't that cool? Patina. So this top is actually 30% glass-filled nylon. You can hear it. No, hot water's not going to work. Nylon is good to 500 degrees. So here's the thing. This is way tougher than OEM. Like, you can drop a tree on this and it's going to be fine. Notice the oval. So we're going to figure out what's going on with the funkiness there for sure. So let's go. Okay, we're good there. So let's bring the blue down. Want to see the blue? Here's the blue, and there's the black. So I think it's going to be possible to dye the plastics black. I don't know how it's going to work if we dye them blue. Clutch cover you can powder. Mike can powder it whatever color you want. So there's that. Yeah, Tom, I know. Well, wait till you see the next one. So this is, I'm going to put the blue one away for the moment. Hang on, because we have one more color tonight to go over. I left the orange one with my plastics guy. But there's one more color here I think you guys are going to like. It's a surprise. Did we do it? Oh, yes, we did. So my plan right now is to have 4 colors. Wow, that didn't do anything. not red. Red wouldn't be difficult. Not a bad idea. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Steel gray. For all those guys that have to have a steel, but really wanted a Husky. So I'm going to make white tops in steel gray. Why the hell not? Right? So Mike has a pretty good match for steel gray right now. And yeah. So what I've got to do is send this type of color off to off to the plastics guy, but I need samples, and Mike's going to get me some samples. I know Brett's digging the black. Yeah. So we're going to do orange, we're going to do white, we're going to do black, and we're going to do blue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a limited run. When we get this all tweaked the way we want it, I'm going to order a limited run, okay? So, let's go back and look at the tops. So, you can do the white. Now, this is not quite Husky orange, but it is darn close. Is that darn close? What do you guys think? I think it's darn close. So let's... This is actually an OEM 372 brand new cover. Brand new. This is a little more burnt look and not quite as glossy. Can you tell? Blue is definitely the favorite. Yeah, maybe. So let's get... So here is old school 181, a little bit brighter. This is a little more burnt looking. This is actually brighter than the OEM stuff. Oh, this is OEM, but brighter than the new OEM stuff. So the plastics even. Yeah, I think this is I think this is just fine. I really don't think there's an actual problem with this color. The bigger question is, what do we do with the texture? Do I go gloss finish like that, or do I do more of a textured matte finish like the original Eliminator? So the blue Eliminators actually had a textured finish, and this currently is like sort of halfway between glossy and matte. I don't know what to do. So we have to figure that out. But I wanted to, let's see. Here is, let's see, old OEM plastic. I mean, it's all a kaleidoscope of colors. It's really hard to match these, you know? Okay, Tom. So let's get to an interesting issue there. So here's the problem. The OEM stuff, okay, now this is an OEM top, but it's not the brand new one. The new one, well, let me see. Hang on. Oh, here's a 270. Here's a 272 top that's basically brand new. Guess what? Okay, so this is an expensive top cover. This is $100 just for this. Okay, OEM 272 top. It's way too much money for a 272 top, considering how long they've been around. But 272 top says internally. This says PA6 GF30, glass fiber reinforced 30%. Right? That is not glass fiber reinforced. It is just not. So this is not glass fiber reinforced either. This is. And so the difference is that this one's slightly more glossy and a little bit more flexy. There's no glass fiber in here. It's just nylon. There's glass fiber in here. It's a little heavier, a little bit more of a funky finish, but you can hit this with a hammer. It's not going to break. So the question is, well, the point being, my plastics guy thinks Husky's lying. Or whoever stamped that is lying. Because this really does not feel glass fiber reinforced. It feels like regular old nylon. The 288, same thing. Feels like regular old nylon. It's so flexy and dull sounding. It's not the there's a ting 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 sound when you actually have reinforcement in there. Mike, I don't have the powdered orange cases here. I left them with my plastics guy, but it's darn close. It's darn close. The thing is, the look here, is a little bit on the burnt orange side compared to more bright. Now, if this was more glossy, it would be a little more bright. If this had less glass fiber in it, and this has glass fiber in it, if this had less glass fiber in it, it would probably be more bright as well. You like it, Chris? So, I don't know what to do. That's the thing. We don't really know what to do here, as far as going forward and all that stuff. Do I make it a matte finish? The thing is, if I make this matte finish, it's not going back. And if I make a gloss finish, we're not going to matte. It's one finish ever. And again, I have spent a small fortune just to get to this point. So if people want to know where I'm going to make my money, it's going to be on this. But first, I have to make my money back. So if I don't, I'm essentially done with chainsaws. So will this be the hill I die on? Maybe. All right, so we have a few issues before, because these are just samples, but I'm going to hit this with a hammer. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Check that out. How's that? Drop a tree on that thing. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's because this is actually glass fiber reinforced. I don't think the OEMs are. That's the problem there. So, it seems to me like you guys would like the glass fiber reinforced, probably at the expense of a little bit of aesthetics. I don't think people that are going to want these care as much about the aesthetics as they do about having them be basically indestructible. So, for all intents and purposes, this is going to be indestructible if we put the glass fiber in it. So this has glass fiber, this has glass fiber, this does not. Now, admittedly, this nylon is still pretty tough. I mean, it's still pretty darn tough stuff without the reinforcement. So, Mike, we're going to do one thing at a time here, buddy. Again, I literally have spent a small fortune just getting to this stage. So I've got to spend a little bit of time to get my money back, and then we can maybe go to other stuff. As of right now, I still guys feel like a little left out. But well, it's not much. Like, guys, I can only do so much. I have a day job, and I'm really tired. And the only one I would want glossy would be orange. Well, that's the problem, is you can't have it both ways, Aaron. The mold for this is going to be one or the other. The glossier is probably easier to keep clean. The matte finish, I think, would be easier to do for my plastics guy. Yeah, as of right now, it's really one or the other. That's the problem. Joe's Outdoor Pack, just point joining. Sorry, it's Ray. When are we able to buy them? I don't know. So good question. When are they going to be available? I don't know. I'll sell any of the crankcases right now, but as of right now, I don't have a good answer on that. The answer is it's going to have to be soon, because I'm out a pile of cash. So I need to recoup that. Otherwise, I'm kind of in trouble. So let's. I'm going to have to get this going soon. The idea is they'll be available on eBay. What I'm going to do in the short term, because these, I'm pretty sure these are actually functional right now. There are some tweaks we have to make, and I'm going to go over that in a minute, but there's some tweaks we have to make them more ideal to what everybody needs. So what I might do in the short term is actually throw the first 3 of these on eBay as basically prototype samples, and I'm going to let people bid on them however they like. I'll sign them personally, and then see what happens, and see if we can go towards maybe getting my money back. So what I'm thinking as far as pricing goes, each one on eBay is going to be $150 shipped. As of right now, I think that's pretty darn reasonable for what they are, considering the only other new one that you can buy is $600. So these are going to, they're definitely functional, but let's look at some of the stuff. So the new features, the things that this is going to be. Hey Jonathan, hey Brett, we're going to get the bidding started. When I get to it, they'll get on there, and you guys can have at it for the bidding. I'll sign them somehow or whatever. I need to get like a paint pen or something like that, so you can actually see my signature on the top covers. But there will be a grand total of, there'll be one of the orange, one of the black reinforced, one of the black non-reinforced, and then maybe the other colors when I get to them. Yeah, so hey, lost one. So yeah, so for right now, probably the pricing is going to be about $150. When I get them tweaked, they will be on eBay. If anybody hasn't seen them, we have black cases, we've got white cases, we've got blue cases. So people got to go back and check out all that stuff on that. So let's go over the. Don't say that. Yeah, well, okay, so who. Remember, Tom. here's the thing. I want guys to understand this, and I'm not begging for sympathy here. It's just that I literally have spent a small fortune to get these going. And I honestly, I've begged other people to do this project. And for whatever reason, it just, nobody else wanted to do it. And it just seemed like everybody really, really needed it. And so if there's any place that I'm going to make my money having to do with this channel and having to do with chainsaws, this is going to have to be it. And if it comes in another form of doing more stuff, then that's cool. And I will endeavor to do that and try to give you guys what you actually want. And I know that there's some other things on the list to make, and I'm pretty sure my guy is up to the challenge here. So I'll be the one writing the checks, and he'll be the one designing, and we're going to be testing and all that fun stuff. So I think that Chris thinks the reinforced are going to post an eBay, Facebook page. Yeah, I will probably let people know. Don't worry, Aaron. I think the reinforced material would be better. It can always refinish to whatever. Yeah, the reinforced material obviously is nice just because it's friggin' indestructible. So, and considering OEM claims to be reinforced. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. And certainly the Eliminator cover is not either. It's way too flexy. I mean, that has a echo to it. Listen to that. So, one thing we did was put a oblong hole here. And Brett, I have no idea whether it will die or not. You could try dyeing it, obviously. Maybe get the white one and see if it dies. Sure. It's nylon, so it might not. We put the hole here for the decomp, and I made it oblong because if somebody wants to drop the cylinder head, then you don't have to grind it out. So if somebody drops the cylinder head like 50 thousandths, then you won't have a problem because you'll still be able to access it. Won't be a big deal. Now, the unfortunate thing here is that in the design process, we had to make room for both the high top filters. So what I didn't realize was that the original Eliminator K&N air filter is smaller than the OEM Husky filter. So here's an OEM Husky filter, which are still made, by the way. The elbows are not. We're working on that. But these are still made and eventually can be knocked off. So people have the choice. That's the thing, is the original Eliminator covers didn't give people a choice. You can't run these on the original Eliminator covers. These, you can run the Eliminator K&N, or you can run this. Whatever you want. Lost one, welcome. You have a broken Eliminator. They're not that strong. No, they're not. They're not. Mine's all scratched up and whatnot. Was going to modify a 3... Jonathan, no need. I mean, you can. I saw a guy doing it, but now that we have the high tops coming, I've got literally an entire box of samples in the other room. A whole stinking box of samples. They're just not ready yet. So yeah, so in the design of trying to actually make this air box compatible with both filters, this area here got built out. So did this. The problem is that this slope, instead of sloping inward, came out a bit and down, which means that it's kind of hard to actually use the decompression valve because it's kind of sunk in there. So let's bring up my 288 and look at what's going on there and see if we can, troubleshoot the workaround. The other thing about these covers is that they're just not that easy to put on the saw. They're just not. They fit, but if you're trying to... Oh, you know what I should do? This is the non-reinforced one, I think. So I know you guys are going to kill me. You guys are going to hate this. Oh, God. Ah! I can't cut it. Ooh, there's that. Well, that's one way to get it out. Get it out of the way. Well, I guess I just made my decision right there. This is not the reinforced cover. And it tends to chip. I think we're going to make it reinforced. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know the humanity. Well, it's okay. I have a whole box of these things, and you should see what we threw out. I'd break a lot of people's hearts if I showed you guys what we threw out. Oh my word. Okay. So I'll show you the issues, and we can talk about it a little bit. Glue another button on the. Actually, Mike, I think the workaround is either to actually fix the slope here, which involves a significant amount of work for my plastics guy, but can be done. The other workaround is to actually, so I drilled this hole myself in the eliminator cover. Yeah. That was the real travesty, because at the time, you know, you put any holes in your top cover here and it's going to be a problem. Yeah, clearly the grinder would have worked better, but okay. So here's my 288 top cover. Internally, it should be pretty darn close. But this is two completely different materials. All right, whatever. We're going to put this on here. So physically fitting this on, for some reason, is really not easy. So if you lean your filter back a little bit, it becomes a little bit easier. There we go. Okay. And now I need the screws here, which for some dumb reason I don't have, but I actually literally have 3,000 screws. Top cover screws somewhere. Because I knew we were going to do this project, so. All right. So there's the black cover, but you can see this is a little bit too far buried in there. So two options. One is get a 3120 valve. The 3120 valves are a little further out. Reinforced all the way. Yep. Yeah, so the thing is, it's like, that's like a quarter of an inch in there. It's just too far. So it seems to me like it would be better to actually recontour at least this area, slope it inward a little bit more, even in just that area, and have it be good. But one thing I noticed on my eliminator cover was the eliminator cover was actually too far out this way, and my D handle would get caught on the lip. Now it doesn't get caught because that's a much better fit there, and that's really all where it counts. Nobody cares about over there, although that seems to fit pretty good over there too. Yep. Actually, I'll bring this down to show the fit. See how it's buried inside there? So, what do you guys think? Tell me this is cool. Is this cool? Are you guys excited? Sorry, my phone's still plugged into the. I'm gonna go upside down here for a second. It's pretty darn good. Brett's a rest. All right. Whatever works for you, man. So I'm really excited. Not necessarily Ralph, but I'm excited. um, I can certainly go out and cut with this right now. I mean, if that pops out, you just press it back in. You can actually get to it, but it'd be better to have this perfect. You know what I mean? I'm kind of leaning towards a matte finish instead of the glossy. I'm leaning towards a matte finish. My guy is real good with CAD. I'll tell you what. I'm really impressed. And no, I'm not telling you guys who it is. But um, Chris is excited. Yeah, well again, this is the non-reinforced stuff, so it's a little bit glossier kind of by default. The Where's the other one? The other one here, in comparison, is not quite as glossy. So this is reinforced. Personally, I mean, I do the reinforced top just because you can drop a tree on this thing. So, again, they will be available on eBay. What I think would be important is this area here needs to be glossy for the sticker, for anybody that really wants to have a sticker. I'm not putting my logo or anything on the outside of this, but if you guys pay attention real close, Matt'sChainsawParts.com is right in there. So, the website's not even up yet, but it's coming. So it seems to me like everything fits reasonably well. I think we're going to go with the glass fiber. It's not really any extra money, so the guy's like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So we'll go with the glass fiber. I think I should go with a matte finish. I think this needs to get tweaked in a little bit. if everybody likes the look, I mean, it's not, the glass fiber is not as glossy. That's right. It's the glass fiber itself gives it more of a matte finish. This is glass fiber in here, but you can hit it with a hammer. How's that? I'll have to ask if we can go to a matte finish, but just leave this area glossy for the sticker. That would make sense, right? Other questions, comments? So again, they will be on eBay eventually. I will probably be sticking serial number 1 of each of the variations here, just online for giggles, as just prototypes, and see if they bring any money. Again, this is more like crowdfunding than anything. I think the price will be about $150 shipped. I think that's pretty reasonable for what these are. And if that price needs to get adjusted, hopefully down in the future, that's fine. But I am not physically, I'm not able to. If I put these on for a whole lot less, frankly, I'd probably be so inundated I wouldn't know what to do with myself. So there's that, and I can't ship out. How does the reinforced hold up to heat? I don't know, Brett. But these things are formed at 545 degrees or something like that. They're actually, heated up to that. So, put some aluminum tape in here if you want and go. And at the end of the day, these are just plastic. So hopefully I can have these available indefinitely. And I'll do these in limited runs, yes. But ultimately, the mold, this one mold would be good. My guy says for 100,000 units. So, Brett, I appreciate it. Thank you. And don't worry, that's absolutely considered in here. I just, I can't. If I get 400 orders, then I'm just not going to know what to do with myself. And then I can't serve you guys. So I need to be able to handle the orders and whatnot. So I'm going to price things accordingly. And if I need to have help, I need to have help. That's possible too. Not out the realm of possibility there. So I hope everybody likes it. I like it. I think this is like one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Special thanks to Mike for doing the powder on the crankcases. They look awesome. I've got 1 white, 3 black, and 1 blue sitting around here. If anybody has any particular interest and they want to just throw money at me, they can obviously contact me for these things. And because I will be putting them together, and ultimately they will be for sale. Yeah. Questions, comments, anything else, guys, before I go to bed? I gotta go to bed. Yes, I do have an LLC. So, MattchChainsawParts.com is the website. And it's not operational yet, but it will be. And I have Matt's Chainsaw Parts LLC. So I also have a new eBay business account, a new PayPal account, etc., etc. There's a whole lot of people who are just sitting good OEM covers that don't want them. Yeah, well, I understand that I'm going to ruin some people's nights here, but I don't think so. You know, to a collector, you know, somebody wants an original Eliminator, and they want to charge $600 for it. Okay, well, this is not an Eliminator cover. This is my own thing. Um, it's similar. There's no question it's similar, but it's not an Eliminator cover. Of course, Brett. You know that. So, you know, these are definitely my own thing. The idea is to make them adaptable to so that for all the filters, to make them tougher than the OEMs if possible. You know, it'd be cool to make a saw more indestructible. Now, one of the downsides to the glass reinforcement, it is a little heavier. It is a little bit heavier. Not much, but a little bit. The plastic here that we did is thicker than the OEM by just a shade. So you'd think it would be a little more resilient to whatever we throw at it, you know. More folks are happy. Yeah, I have to imagine that. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I think it'll be the right price. Um, Again, I've done a lot of stuff here, and you guys know that essentially I don't make that much money off this stuff. I really don't make that much money off of YouTube. This for years, and the amount of hours that I have put in is insane to all the bolt for bolt videos and all that stuff. And yes, they're monetized, but I don't have a lot of return from that. And you guys have asked over the years, where does the money come from? Is there any, that type of happening? And the answer probably is going to be these. That would be my guess. Um, I finally found something that will be hopefully a niche, and hopefully so. I mean, I've been studying this for a long time, and as far as I know, there's a zillion people that are looking for these. So I think that's awesome, and I'm happy to accommodate if I can. It's going to cost something, and I'm going to make a few bucks, and that's just the way it's going to be. So, I've literally spent a small fortune getting this up and running. So maybe once we get the ball rolling, we can move on to other covers or other plastic products. What I do foresee very soon is the elbows. So one of the next things going are the 288 elbows, the high top elbows with the OEM filter. If we have these knocked off, then that'll be indefinitely wonderful, essentially, and you'll be able to use those with this. If you want to do the K&N, I'm going to try. There's a rubber adapter under there, under the K&N. The K&N you can buy separately. So you can go on Amazon right now and buy the filter, but you can't get the adapter. So what I might do, if I can, is get another mold made and make up plastic adapters. That makes sense? Am I doing this the right way, guys? I hope so. Anything I've missed? I know that there are other covers to do. There's other plastic parts. There's all kinds of other stuff to do. And I mean, if this does well, then yeah, Andy hopes so too. Ladies and gentlemen, my cousin Andrew. So if everything does really well, then I may have Andrew help out. So he would be a great help. I think making nut and bolt cabinets for Husky and Steel. Nut and bolt cabinets? Like those drawer things? The stackable drawers? Is that what you're talking about, Tim? Or not necessarily drawers, but the stackable bins almost? That are like in Husky Orange? Yeah, I don't know what Tim's talking about. Also, there are lots of people buy 3D printers, create a post saying they'll be printing high tops. You'll never hear back from them. Yeah, so Chris, the thing with the 3D printing is that if you do this in 3D printed, do you think you're going to be able to do that? That and my guy actually, just to show you, this is partly 3D printed. Just to rapid prototype this. This is actually out of carbon. So, let's see. I want to see something. Yep. Anyway, so this is actually 3D printed out of carbon. This took 43 hours to print. Not to mention all the baloney that's going on inside there. So, replacement nuts and bolts. Replacement nuts and bolts? You mean when Huskies and Steel lose their nuts and bolts? So, yeah, I tend to think that for this application, 3D printing is not the way to go. I love the idea of 3D printing certain stuff, and I'm sure you can, but this is not a particular part that 3D printing is going to work for. This is really truly the way. Plus, I think my guy took like 3 days to actually design this in CAD, plus the modifications after. So, and that's assuming that you really know what you're doing. So, yeah. Other questions and comments? Thoughts? They will come with bolts. I've got literally 3,000 bolts sitting in a box. So I'll give people bolts. Have to figure out the whole sticker thing. Might do the stickers too. Is that it, guys? It's the best I got for you. Again, we're at sample stage. It's coming. Yeah, 43 hours near. Well, yeah, but a lot of the 3D printer, I've talked to a bunch. A lot of these guys are just simply too busy. They're just for the 3D printing guys, life is too busy, and I'm pretty sure they get approached by people with harebrained projects all the time. And so, I've talked to a number of 3D printing guys, and yeah, basically that's kind of, there's either they flake or this or that. There's a bunch of different issues with that. So, I hear you. Okay, I'm out. Special thanks to my cousin Andy for moderating, but also Mike, Glock 37, doing the powder. So if anybody needs powder, you can talk to Mike. His handle is Glock 37 on OPEforum.com. Special thanks to my plastics guy, who put a lot of effort into this. A lot of effort into this. Just crazy. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate it. There's probably a zillion other people I need to thank at this point, but we're gonna we're gonna have some fun here with this, and very excited. If anybody wants anything, they can always contact me, email me. Please do not email me about these tops yet. They are not available yet, but as soon as they're on eBay, I will make a post on Facebook and on Matty05 at AOL.com. That's me. I'll make a post on Facebook and OPE and Arborist site, so there'll be places where everybody's going to know that these are available. I will be sending samples out. Please do not ask me for samples. I'm going to be covered. I've already got some guys I'm going to send samples to. If I end up with leftovers, then they'll show up on eBay as samples maybe. So if that's it, I'll call it a night. Please be safe, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for the support over the years. This has been, you guys have supported me through this, and I figured, you know what, I'm going to take the gamble here and see what happens, and I really hope this works out. You're in Australia, so just about to have lunch. Chris, I've already been contacted, by the way, by somebody that wants to distribute these in Australia, so I may be shipping a whole pile of them there one day, which means then you can, pet them if you want. All right, I'm out. You guys have a great night. Thanks so much. Be safe. Stay dry. All that fun stuff. We'll see you guys soon. Later.